All right, today we're diving into a hazard that's all around us, but a lot of the time, you can't even see it. We're talking about a force that can cause some serious long-term damage. But here's the thing, it's a force we can absolutely learn to control.
So let me ask you something. What in the world does a jackhammer have in common with a long-haul truck? And what do either of them have to do with your health down the road? They might seem totally random, but there's a hidden connection there, one that really matters. And that's it, right there. The answer is vibration. And no, it's not just that annoying buzzing feeling. It's a real physical force that gets transmitted right into your body. And over time, well, the consequences can be pretty severe. But the good news? We can do something about it.
So let's get specific. When we say workplace vibration, we're talking about mechanical oscillations that move from a tool or a surface into a person. We usually break it down into two big categories. First, you've got hand-arm vibration, or HAV. That's what you get from power tools. And second, there's whole-body vibration, WBV, which comes from things like driving heavy machinery. Okay, so this is the million-dollar question. How do we get a handle on it? The key, and you're going to hear this again and again, isn't about just toughing it out or working harder. It's about being strategic, it's about working smarter. And Not Smart strategy has a name, the hierarchy of vibration control. Think of it as a three-level game plan for safety. It's designed to be used in order, from most effective to least effective. We'll start with engineering controls, then move to administrative controls, and end with PPE. To make this super clear, I want you to picture a leaky roof. What's your first move? Obviously, you want to fix the hole, right? That's the best solution. If you can't do that right away, maybe you put some buckets down to catch the drips. And as a very last resort, you just, wear a raincoat inside the house? It's a bit silly, but keep that image in your head. So, level 1. This is our top priority. It's all about attacking the problem right at the source. In our little analogy, this is it. This is us getting up on the roof and actually fixing the hole. We call these engineering controls. The whole idea here is to get rid of the hazard, or at least dramatically reduce it, before it ever has a chance to reach a person. So we're talking about things like buying tools that are specifically designed to be low vibration, automating a task so a person isn't involved, or even just swapping out a high vibration tool for a completely different, safer process. And here's what that actually looks like on a job site. Instead of having a worker operate a punishing handheld breaker all day, you could use a machine-mounted pick controlled from a cab. Instead of a demolition hammer shaking someone's arms apart, you could use hydraulic crushers. See the difference? It's about rethinking the task itself.
And why is this the gold standard? It's simple, really. Engineering controls take the hazard out of the equation. They protect everyone, all the time, automatically. You're not relying on someone to remember to do something. The protection is just built right in.
But what if you can't completely engineer out the problem? Well, that takes us to level 2. Here, the focus shifts to managing people and their time. Back to our leaky roof. We couldn't fix the hole, so now we're strategically placing buckets around to catch the water. These are called administrative controls. We're not getting rid of the vibration, but we are limiting how much of it a person is exposed to. This means clever things like job rotation, so nobody is on the same vibrating tool all day. It means scheduling regular rest breaks, making sure tools are perfectly maintained so they don't vibrate more than they have to, and training people on the right way to hold and operate equipment. And that brings us to the bottom of our hierarchy, level 3. This is truly the last resort. It's our final and, I have to stress this, our least effective line of defense. This is our wearing a raincoat inside solution. It's not great, but it's better than nothing. And this quote from the source material really says it all. You can't just rely on personal gear or health checks after the damage is already happening. Those things don't fix the root cause. This level should never be a substitute for actually controlling the exposure in the first place. A classic example here is anti-vibration gloves. They sound perfect, right? And yeah, they're good for some things, like keeping hands warm and protecting from cuts, but, and this is a huge but, they're not very effective against the low-frequency vibrations that cause the most harm. They can help a little, but they are not the solution.
So, we've got our 3 levels. But here's the thing, safety isn't something you do once and then forget about. It's an ongoing process. You have to close the loop to make sure it's actually working. This is where you monitor and evaluate. You have to constantly check in. Look at the data, sure, but also inspect the tools. How are they holding up? And maybe most importantly, you have to talk to the workers. Get their feedback. Are the controls working in the real world? Then you take all that info and you adjust your plan.
Now, health surveillance programs are absolutely important. They help you catch the early signs of an injury, which is good, but
But we can't ever lose sight of the main goal. The ultimate win is always prevention at the source. It's about stopping the harm before it even has a chance to start.
And that brings us right back to our leaky roof. So I'll leave you with this question to think about for your own workplace. Is the focus on actually fixing the leak at its source, or is everyone just getting handed a raincoat and told to get on with it? It's a pretty important question to ask.